I've got a radical idea that maybe, just maybe, we should create a government that works for the working families of this country, not just the top 1%.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders represents the progressive tradition of the Democratic Party, and in his bid for the party's nomination, he's giving voice to a lot of the ideas and issues that many in the party have been fighting for since the 1960s. Sanders, 74, got his start as a mayor in Vermont, and then he was elected to the U.S. House and then into the U.S. Senate. And he seems like an unlikely presidential candidate in many ways. He can come across a little bit like a grouchy old man.
7 years of age, you got nothing in the bank. How do you think you're feeling? You're scared to death.
He's got the unkempt hair, but that's endeared him to a lot of supporters. He's made him more real, I think, as a real person.
He mentioned that he had a long speech, and then he was like, I'm going to ignore that. I thought that was really great because it showed that what's important to him is whatever is important to us.
And unlike many other candidates, or probably all other candidates, he doesn't have a super PAC raising and spending millions of dollars on his part. He attracts a lot of older voters who are more liberal. He attracts a lot of younger voters who are embracing those same ideas that their grandparents' generation has been fighting for as ideals of the Democratic Party. For him, the defining issue is income and wealth inequality.
Today in America, the top 1/10 of 1% owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%.
And that resonates with a lot of middle income and lower income Americans who have seen their wages stagnate over the past 20 years.
It's not about the billionaires anymore. It's about us. We're the ones that made them rich. Now it's time for them to give back to us.
He would be much more aggressive in dealing with the big banks and Wall Street. He's calling for Medicare for all, a single-payer universal health care plan that would pretty much eliminate the role of health insurance companies. He wants to provide debt-free college and cut interest rates for student loans and allow students to refinance their loans to lower interest rates.
Yeah, we can make public colleges and universities tuition free.
He's also calling for raising the minimum wage, and he's calling for a living wage.
$15 an hour.
Making climate change a big part of his campaign.
And yes, the United States can lead the world in transforming our energy system.
As well as a massive federal investment in infrastructure to create jobs and put people back to work. And there's some evidence that that agenda, that progressive agenda, is working, that he's gaining strength, picking up support among voters. In New Hampshire, he's leading. In Iowa, there are polls that show him leading or very close to Hillary Clinton here. Overall, it's part of what Sanders calls a political and economic revolution, that anything short of a revolution won't make the sort of change we need to get things back on the right track. And he says we're going to just continue to slide and let the billionaire class rule the country.
New year has come. We're in 2016. I don't know about you, but I think maybe it's time to make some history. What do you think?